welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Allison and I help all of you to achieve a more feminine and elegant lifestyle. This weekend I'm going to be taking you around the Cotswolds with me. We are taking a little trip for a couple days. I'm here with my boyfriend and we rented a car, which is great because we're able to go and check out all the different villages and places that they have here. So I'm just going to be showing you some great spots that we're visiting that we've read about online or seen other people go to. If you are going to be visiting too, this will be a great video to watch. I'll give you some recommendations. So we've already been here for a day. If you're not familiar with the Cotswolds, it's about an hour outside of London, depending on where you're going. It's a pretty big area. So we just got the train. It was really easy, and then we picked up a car. It's the countryside, so as you can see by the window passing by, it's so green. There are flowers everywhere, and the houses and cottages are so sweet here. So you'll be able to see all of that in this footage and all of the fun stuff that we get up to. Hope you enjoy. Hi, Future Allison here, doing the voiceover and telling you more about our trip. So the first stop we made was at Broadway Tower, which was built in the 18th century, and it's set atop a hill. You could purchase tickets to go in and see the rooms and walk up to the top of the tower, but we didn't end up doing that. We had a pretty good view from the top of the hill and we were able to get some great pictures. We then ate lunch in a town called Burton-on-the-Water, and I hope I'm pronouncing all of these right, but I'm not sure exactly how they're pronounced. But we went there and it's a lovely little town. It has a canal running through it, so there are little footbridges everywhere and ducks and all this wildlife in the water, and it's pretty shallow, so little kids were jumping in and out of the water. It was a hot day, so we just ate some sandwiches on the canal and dipped our feet in the water. It was really nice. The next day, we went to St. Edward's Church, which was in Stow-on-the-Wold. We stopped by St. Edward's Church. These graves are ancient. You could hardly read what's on them. And there are crows everywhere. They're making so much noise. But this is the infamous door that everyone gets their picture taken in front of. It's pretty neat. And then in the city center, there was this unbelievable antique shop. It was probably my favorite stop on the entire trip. It was called Tara's Antiques. It was in this house, so it probably had about 3 or 4 floors, and there was stuff everywhere. Like everywhere you looked, there were just shelves covered. There was so much to look at. I was probably in there for over an hour. I was obsessed, and I didn't even get that much footage because I was so focused on shopping and making sure that I was able to see everything. And I saw this coat. This is probably the biggest vintage shop I've ever been in my entire life. I think there was 3 or 4 floors, and every room looks just like this. There are just so many things to see. And I found this coat. I think I'm gonna buy it. I'm still thinking about it, but like it fits me like a glove, so I feel like it was meant to be. It's so nice. I couldn't leave without it. It was so beautiful, and honestly, I don't regret it at all. It is such a nice coat, and it's so unique. I'm super happy that I got it. Then we were hungry and wanted to find lunch, and we wanted to sit down for a proper afternoon tea. We ended up at Lucy's Tearoom, and we had finger sandwiches and scones and this absolutely delicious salted caramel cake.
That's really good. Oh my god, yum. So sweet.
The next day it was absolutely pouring torrential rainfall, so we drove around for a bit, ended up seeing this pull off for Chasleton House, and neither of us knew really what it was or had read about it.
So we were driving around, saw a sign for Chasleton House and Gardens, and we drove right in. We're hoping it's mostly indoors, although there's some gardens to walk around, but we will take a tour of the house inside. And this is our view right now. Hi everyone. And we're just making our way down to the main path right next to the sheep. They're so cute.
I'm really glad we pulled off because it ended up being this beautiful estate, and we had to purchase tickets to go in and see the tour, but we were happy to just find an indoor activity and get us out of the rain. The house was built in the early 1600s and owned by the same family for almost 400 years. Then it was acquired by the National Trust in the 1990s, and instead of refurbishing and renovating any part of the house, they have only conserved it, so pretty much prevented it from decaying any more than it already is. So it looks exactly the same as when they had acquired it, so it was really interesting to see the original furniture, a lot of the original artwork, and all the flooring and walls and ceilings. Everything was so detailed and beautiful. But the most exciting part of our trip there was definitely the gardens. It was probably the most beautiful gardens I had ever seen, and there was a lot of land, very expansive land. And even though it was pouring, we went out with the umbrella, and I'm so glad we did because it was absolutely stunning, and it was such a great time of year to go also because everything was in bloom. Also, in their shed, which I think was an old horse carriage or something, they had a little bookshop, which was really sweet, and it had a lot of books, super cheap, so I ended up getting a few things, so that was fun too. I also have a lot of footage of sheep because sheep aren't very common in the US. You just don't see them that often, and these sheep were so close to us, so I was very excited. So I have a lot of video of them, and they're really cute. So since it was pouring, we just got in the car and we're driving around, going to the different villages and just checking out the houses, looking at the sites. We got out and we walked for a bit just to get a little closer up view on the different houses and stretch our legs a bit. We ended up stopping at this famous row of houses called Arlington Row, and it was unbelievable. If you're in the Cotswolds, you definitely have to go there. It is such a great view. It makes for such a great photo. It's just this really steep hill with these beautiful little cottages on one side, and they are private homes. People live in there, but it is somewhat of a tourist attraction. It wasn't that busy the day we went, but they are just so sweet to look at. It looks like it's right out of a storybook. So I'm glad we stopped off there, and the rain stopped for a bit, so we got to walk around that neighborhood, and it was really nice. We were staying in Burford, which was a little nice town. There was one main street that had a bunch of shops and restaurants, so there was always somewhere good to eat, and the hotel gave us a free breakfast, which was so delicious. It's our last morning, so we're just having our complimentary breakfast. Got an iced coffee, granola, and a croissant. So all in all, I would say it was a really, really great trip. I definitely recommend if you're in London or around the area. It was not hard to get to at all. It was nice that we rented a car because the public transportation there isn't great, and the villages are about 15, 20, up to 30 minutes away from each other, so it was a lot easier for us to drive. We were able to see a lot of things. That being said, if you just stay in one town, one of the bigger towns, for a couple days, then it's a super relaxing trip. There are enough tourist attractions to see them in just a few days, but we weren't like running around trying to fit everything into a schedule. So it was a great trip. It was very relaxing and very beautiful. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and got some good tips if you're going on a trip to the Cotswolds. Definitely leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video. It's totally free, super easy to do, and it helps to support my channel. So thank you in advance, and thank you so much for watching my video. See you soon. Bye.